Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be showing you my bullet journal and how I use it. So before I start, what is a bullet journal? Bullet journal is an analog system that involves taking a blank notebook and creating your own ever-evolving system in order to keep all aspects of your life organized under one roof. The beauty of the system is that there is no right or wrong way of doing this. Do what works best for you. And I think it would be much easier to explain by showing how I used my bullet journal in the previous month. So this is the cover page for February, which is quite simple, ordinary, nothing special here. On the next page, I have calendar, which is used to mark the important dates for the month. And on the right side is the memory of the day section, where I wrote a memory for each day. So the idea behind Vocab a Day was to write a word each day from a subreddit called Vocab Word of the Day. But the thing was, I would get distracted whenever I used Reddit. And so for the last few months, I have been trying to spend less time on Reddit, which is why I deleted all apps related to Reddit from my mobile. And I don't use my journal when I work on my computer. So this section never got updated. Moving to the next page, I have time tracker. On the top section, I track time spent on daily activities like sleeping, working, gaming. And on the bottom, I try to map them. So the x-axis represents the date and the y-axis represents the hours spent on that activity. This makes the analysis much easier as you can clearly see the deviations in my sleeping hours throughout the month. On the next page, I have habit tracker and main quest. So people call this as a monthly goals, but that doesn't seem to excite me into achieving the goals. However, upon gamifying things a bit, like in this case, renaming it as main quest seems to do the job for me. So in this section, I write all the goals that I need to complete on that week. Unfinished goals either move into bucket list for the next week or get rejected. And on the left side, I have habit tracker. This is important because while these tasks are easy to do once, but can be difficult or boring when you must do them on a regular basis to form a habit, like exercising or refilling your water bottle in the morning. And some of these are blank because I simply failed to do them, while others are blank because I failed to update them in the tracker. I definitely know that I cleaned my fountain pens once every week, but failed to update in the tracker. On the other hand, tasks like trying to sleep around 11 p.m. I simply failed to do so. Last month, on average, I would sleep between 12:45 and 1:30. I hope I can fix my sleeping schedule this month. On the next page, I have ideas and expense sections, which are kind of self-explanatory. And here comes my favorite spread, the game tracker. I love it because it requires the least effort. I play majority of my games through Steam, and Steam already keeps the track of hours spent in each game. Each entry contains two numbers. The top number is the hours spent on that game in last 2 weeks, while the bottom number is the total hours spent on that game so far. I know it would make sense to just write the total hours, but sometimes you can make mistakes like the one I made when writing the entry for Dota. Using this tracker, I can calculate the hours I spent while playing on that month. So in February, I spent around 68.9 hours, which rounds up to 69 hours. Nice. The rest of the pages are just daily entries. I hope now you have some idea on how I use the bullet journal, so I can show you my setup for this month. So for the cover page, I used masking fluid and watercolors. I like the result, but I hate the fact that the paper is now buckled up. You can clearly see the wavy effects on the left side of the page. I hate that, and so for the rest of the setup, I decided not to use watercolors. As you can see, I have changed the order of spreads. This is just to experiment to find what works for me. Also, I was recording this on 1st March, which would explain why all entries are blank. So that was my setup for the month March. Hope you liked it. Let me know your thoughts, and if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comment section. and I will see you in next video.